Hello everybody and welcome. This is Vorosh and I'm bringing you another audio commentary. This time from the Tribe StarCraft Best League, which is the race matchups, the race all-star matchups. And this is coming out of the final set of the Protoss versus Zerg all-star matchup between Bisu and sAviOr. What can only be described as one of the most epic matchups ever, without exaggeration, except the exaggeration, that I'm adding. But Bisu, he's actually a little bit better at Protoss versus Protoss now, but those two statistics are neck and neck. But his versus Zerg is still 65%, and for a very long time it was his best matchup. And sAviOr's Zerg versus Protoss is his best matchup, and he's 65% against Protoss. And so they're both, and we're starting 3, 2, 1, but that's also not the sole reason that I'm casting this. No pun intended. Seoul, they're in South Korea. But it's really the history between these two players that I'm interested in. sAviOr was on top of the world in late 2006, early 2007. And Bisu came out of nowhere. Like sAviOr had won the 2 straight MSLs actually. The Pringle, they had like 2 Pringles MSLs, and he'd also won the Uzu MSL before that. And looks like sAviOr's scouting in the right direction. We're on Tau Cross, by the way, a nice, very balanced 3-player map on the like Iceland tile set or whatever. What's the tile set called? What Iceland, let's say. Although not like the country. And it looks like Bisu's going to be going for the Forge Fast Expand, as is his, forte. Getting back to my history lesson that I'm sure most of you already know, in the 2006-2007 GOM TV MSL, Bisu was just known as a cheesy kid who somehow managed to get to the. Is that why is that on the side of a bottle? Always believe in you, Bisu fighting. Why is that on the side of a bottle? But Bisu, it was the rise of Bisu. No, he hadn't really done anything, and he broke out the Bisu build in the finals against sAviOr and managed to 3-0 sAviOr. And the Bisu build, of course, being Forge Fast Expand to SKT T1. And sAviOr, with the build he was doing at that time, couldn't deal with it. sAviOr has always had a style of very auspicious fast expoing, and very optimistic. He puts down an expo and he's like, we'll be able to defend that. And there's a Maestro of Zerg towel. I've seen a lot of those. I don't know where everyone's getting them. I want them. SC2GG has some We Made Fox swag, some We Made Fox merchandise that you can pick up. But I want some CJ Entus sAviOr stuff, or maybe some actually I think I'd want a Samsung Con jacket. Those things are baller. But anyway, Bisu's gotten in with a scout, and he's been persistent, and he's almost killed that drone, and he might be just trying to return to see if he can pick it up. And interestingly enough, sAviOr, you might have saw him cancel his gas earlier. That was only the extractor trick, and sAviOr taking that probe down. But Bisu saw that that was only 1 egg worth of Zerglings being built, and so he can probably cancel one of the he can cancel one of those cannons. I was surprised that he did it right as I told him to, and put down a Nexus, because he knows he has no fear of a run by, because of course sAviOr only has 2 Zerglings and doesn't have a gas yet, so they're not going to be speed upgraded. And so he's done the overpull into Expo, and that's a really popular Zerg versus Protoss build, because it forces them to go Forge first, and usually double cannon first, but they only have to keep both cannons if you go for 6 Zerglings. So I guess sAviOr wanted the second hatchery just up 100 minerals earlier. The extractor is being built too, so he might get Zergling speed, or might get an early lair. And whoa, sorry. Did he just go for a 3rd base? I'm looking at my mini-map. I think that was the 3rd base they had going down. Yeah, he was going for a really early 3rd hatchery. And if he's gonna go for and there's Bisu scouting that, so Bisu's great at adapting. If he switches his build to a Speedling Rush on Tau Cross, that base isn't all that defended. It's hanging out there a little out in the open. There's like a ramp, a bridge type thing on one side, and you can come in from the main way on the other side. And I think sAviOr might have a little trouble defending it if Bisu goes for early speed lots. I almost said speed lings. And speaking of lings, lings denying the scouts, so Bisu can't see what kind of tech is going on. All he knows is there's 3 hatcheries, and this is sAviOr's style. It's keeping me. I'm not sure whether he's overextended himself or whether he's extended himself just the right amount. But sAviOr is one to never underextend himself. And there's Stork, and Stork played, I think it was July Zerg. I don't know who won that game. I'm just watching. This is the 7th and final match. I know Moletrap did a couple. I think there's other games from that. I think on Moletrap's account or maybe Diggity's account. But like if you check Moletrap, Diggity, Cholera, Classart, Rise, and Vile Attack, you're bound to find some of these games, some of these other games, and probably bound to find this game casted by a more skilled commentator. But I hope that I'm not that much worse, that hearing that news, you'll go 6 minutes into the video and find a better commentator. But, you know, I won't be insulted if you do. I understand. I would do the same thing if I were you. But anyways, sAviOr, I saw this a long time ago. sAviOr got the lair, and as soon as it was done, put a spire down. Lair, spire, and he's going for a 4th hatchery and a 2nd gas, and there's the 5th hatchery, and so he's gonna have 2 gases soon. So he might. I'm not sure. Oh, I saw something spinning at the cybernetics core. Whether that's Dragoon range or +1 weapons, we'll see soon. And a robotics facility. So it looks like Bisu might be going Corsair Reaver, which is another popular and yet old school build. And it's really Corsair Reaver is kind of, and there's the Hydra Den. And I'm curious whether we're going to see Lurker Ling. And is that a 6th hatchery? I do believe sAviOr is going for a 6th hatchery. So I think he's going to go Lurker Ling, considering he's got the speed upgraded and he's been pumping quite a few number of lings. And here comes the first scouting Corsair to see what's up, and no surprises there. But I don't think he's seen all 6 hatcheries. I think he just assumes that there's going to be 5, but there's 3 hatcheries at that 3rd base. Look at sAviOr's face; it's like stone cold, unmoving. He never looks like he's having a good day or a bad day. He's just always having a day. And so Bisu's now produced 2 Corsairs, and he's going to have to watch out. Oh, that Corsair's... Oh, no, 1 Scourge lands on it, and I think he's got it at the right angle that other Scourge isn't going to be able to catch up to it. But the shuttle might get hit. No, the Corsair goes down. So sAviOr takes a really big advantage. If you can limit... And it looks like he's pressing in on the front. Why were they showing Bisu's face? It's a run-by, and 3 Zerglings get into the base, but there's a cannon in the main because Bisu didn't know whether to anticipate an early Mutalisk attack because he didn't get in and see the spy. He didn't get in to see... His scouts were denied fairly well. And there... Oh, wow, sAviOr got Burrow. So he's... I guess... I guess he scouted the Corsair Reaver before I thought he did with those Scourge, because it's really often much better to go for Burrow and Corsair Reaver, so you can set Hydra traps. And now that sAviOr is adapting, I don't think he'll be going for Lurkers. I think he'll be going for Hydras, of course. And Bisu pressed into sAviOr's 3rd base, and there are some. Those are slow lots, so the Hydras are going to defend them pretty well, but not if they don't micro. And the drones, sAviOr's concentrating more micro on his drones than on his Hydralisk. His Hydralisk were in the face of lots being killed, but very good drone drill. I don't think he lost more than 1 drone, and he's getting his Templar archives now, and he's got a Citadel, so. The speed upgrade for the Zealots is probably morphing. And there's the first Reaver. And I don't know where the shuttle is, and he's producing a lot of gateways in kind of a hidden position. But that pylon maybe it was harassed by that like one Zergling for a really long time. Here comes the Corsair Reaver combination. He's got that critical mass. It looks like he's got 6 Corsairs and that Shuttle Reaver combination. And I wouldn't think of that Corsair Reaver would be ideal on Tau Cross considering the close distance between the bases, but like I think a more standard Zealot Archon Templar, Archon or Templar composition would be more preferable. But we'll see if Bisu manages to do more with this build than I am expecting him to. The speed upgrade is done for the shuttle, but oh wow, bad luck on Scourge's being stupid for sAviOr. He had that shuttle in his grasp and it just disappeared. He's burrowed all of his drones to protect them, and sAviOr has, and Bisu doesn't have an observer, so there's no way that he can target those drones. But